Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to California Realty Training's video blog here, what we call the vlog. We're glad you made it this week. We have some great information for you. My name again, and always will be, Robert Rico. I'm glad you're here. Hey, listen, today's topic is going to be a pretty cool one, and it's kind of crucial to your deals. Now, once you get your license, the whole idea, of course, I mean, the reason you join this type of career, of course, I'm guessing is to make some money. Most people, when you ask them, why are you doing real estate? Of course, it's the financial rewards. I get it. We understand. Now, sometimes once you get involved in a transaction, you got a buyer and a seller, and you put them into an escrow. We talked about that before, an escrow. So now you're in an escrow. You think everything is honky-dory. Everything's going fantastic. You can't wait for this thing to be closed. You can't wait to fulfill the obligation with your client, and you want to make this happen. Collect your commission and make it all go away, and then do it again and again and again and have a successful career. But every now and then there's a bump in the road. But listen, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you to worry about the bump in the road. This is the deal. One of the challenges you might encounter is an appraisal issue. Now, most of you out there know what an appraisal is. Now, we know that an appraisal is a value or opinion on a home. Of course, an educated opinion by a person who was called an appraiser. Not a big deal. And what happens is this. Let's just give an example that somebody buys a house. Or they want to buy a house. They make an offer on a house. $1 million. Not a big deal. Seller is selling their house for $1 million. Buyer says, you know what? I'll give you what you want. I'll give you $1 million. It sounds like a beautiful deal, right? You have the client, whether it's the buyer or the seller, full price offer. Yay, it's going to be a good day because it's going to be an easy deal. They ask for something, we give it to them. Not a big deal. Let's close this deal in 30 to 45 days. Got it? Nice and easy. First thing the bank's going to do if you're getting a loan, if there's a loan involved, before they give any money over to buy this house, the loan, they want to make sure that this house is worth $1 million. They want to make sure the house is worth what the buyer is going to pay for it. That's called an appraisal. So they send somebody out there, and let's assume somebody goes out there, and the appraiser goes out there, and they review the house, and they review the comparables. Remember that word, the comparables? And the appraiser comes back and says, hey, lender, how you doing? Before you give away this $1 million, before you give this amount of money, you might want to consider this. We went out and did our appraisal, and we believe as an appraiser that the house is only worth $900,000. Uh-oh, now there's a problem. The buyer offered $1 million. The seller is expecting what? Yeah, $1 million. But the appraiser said it's only worth $900,000, which means the lender is only going to give what? That's right, $900,000. So we're $100,000 short. What do we do? Now you're freaking out, right? You think, oh my God, there goes my deal. My buyer offered $1 million. The seller accepted $1 million. Let's close this deal. I want to collect my 2.5% commission. Do the math. 2.5% commission on $1 million is what? Do the math. Yeah, that's right. $25,000. We have a challenge now. The appraisal came in short. And now you're going to flip out. Most people would flip out. Oh no, that means the buyer's not going to want to buy because it's not worth $1 million. The seller's going to get upset because he's going to say, if my house is the best house on the street, it's definitely worth $1 million. But the deal is this, whatever the appraiser says, whatever that appraisal dictates, whatever the value is on that appraisal, which in this case is $900,000, that's what the bank's going to go on. They're going to go based on that value. So what do? A buyer is saying, well, then I'm not going to give you more than $900,000. And you got a seller saying, well, I'm not going to accept anything less than $1 million. Happens every now and then, not often, but it does. But I want you to be prepared. So what do? What can you do? Well, there's a couple of things you can do. Of course, at all times, first thing I want you to do is think reasonable. Think reasonable at all times. You don't want to freak out and run to your office and say, oh my God, it's blowing up, and go home and tell your spouse, oh my God, we're not going to Hawaii after all. Oh my God, we can't buy the new car, $25,000 down the drain. You don't want to go to the office and just, no. Don't relax. You're a professional. You got a real estate license, and that means you're going to think professional and you're going to handle this. You're an adult. You got that license. Deal with it. Now, how are we going to deal with it? You got to be creative. How can I analyze this situation and make it happen? Analytical thinking. How can I make this happen? Ready? And you probably already know the answer. You have somebody willing to give only $900,000, which is the appraised value. You have somebody who's expecting $1 million. In many cases, depending on the market, we'll have a seller who says, well, you know what? You're right. I guess it is what it is. It's worth only $900,000, so we'll sell it to you for $900,000. If it's a buyer's market, that's the way it works. If it's a buyer's market and the seller wants to get the hell out of that house, they're going to say, well, it is what it is. If that's all the lender's going to give you is $900,000, I guess that's what I'll have to accept. Now, if it's a seller's market, if the seller has the advantage and the seller says, well, fine. If you don't want to give me the $1 million like you promised on that RPA, ooh, a new word, RPA. Remember that? Residential Purchase Agreement. If you don't want to give me the $1 million like you promised on the RPA, that's fine. I guess we can cancel this deal and I'll get the next buyer willing to pay $1 million. In this type of market, as you guys already know, there's very low inventory. What? There's very low inventory. So what does that mean? The minute the buyer lets go of this property, chances of them finding another one is going to be very, very difficult. So in this market, many times what can happen is the buyer will say, well, fine. The bank will give me $900,000. I'll come in with the difference. Or the third thing is the buyer and seller can negotiate and find a middle ground somewhere. Find a middle ground somewhere. Negotiate a price that's feasible and reasonable for both of them. As simple as that. So hey, listen, you're going to find these kind of challenges in your career. Don't sweat it. You're an adult. You have a license. You can fix this. We talked about it. Think reasonable. Think analytical. And get some, maybe if you want, get some advice from your colleagues. What would they do? But I just told you, there's ways of doing everything in this business. You don't want to flip out, because if you worry, you're going to make everybody around you worry, including your clients, and we don't want that. Hope this helps you somehow. Don't let the challenge of an appraisal coming in at low value bother you. You could probably fix it, all right? If you have any questions or concerns, hey, listen, if you want us to discuss a certain topic, do us a favor, leave the comment below. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? How many times do I have to tell you? Subscribe to this channel. Have a great day, and we hope to see you next week.